If there's one thing I've learned in martial arts and in business, it's that when you get knocked down, you have to get back up. Since 2003, I've started and built 7 businesses. Some have grown to 7 and 8 figures, leading to acquisitions and the newfound freedom. In our first couple of ventures, we had humble beginnings. We were selling to small local businesses, barely making it, but we learned how to scale up and sell to some of the world's most recognized brands, including Google and Salesforce, as well as the US government. I now want to share 8 martial arts principles that have inspired and guided me in my entrepreneurial journey, and that can also help you build a stronger business, whether you're a martial artist or not. Aikido is a Japanese martial art that began to take shape nearly a century ago, drawing inspiration from various other martial arts and emerging as a new expression of peace and reconciliation. The roots of the word Aikido are themselves a revelation. I represents harmony, Ki represents energy, and Do represents the way. So Aikido is the way of harmonizing energy. If someone confronts you, you get out of the way and rechannel their energy. This fluid reception of energy represents a harmonization of wills and forms the foundation of Aikido. It can also be the foundation of a successful new business, especially in consulting and services where client interactions and client relationships are critical. Principle 1, know your opponent's mind. Our evolution as a species dictates that we see situations primarily through our own narrow, self-centered standpoint. Aikido teaches us to instead consider a confrontation from the opponent's perspective, grasping their strengths and vulnerabilities, and rechanneling their energy. Business forces us to face at least 2 types of opposing energy. The first is actual competitors vying for the same customers. Especially when you're just starting out, it's important to carefully and objectively assess your competitors so you can see the landscape from their perspective and then articulate your unique value proposition to the market. The second place opposing energy emerges is from the leads and clients themselves. They want to satisfy a legitimate business need, and they may be striving for the strongest and most advantageous position relative to yourself as the service provider. Understand, respect, and appreciate these motivations. They can benefit you as much as they benefit the client. Listen to their needs with empathy, harness their energy, propose and deliver great solutions, and strengthen your standing as a trusted advisor and a catalyst for change. Principle 2, learn from mentors and peers. Martial arts involve hand-to-hand interaction, sometimes with peers and sometimes with more senior practitioners. This direct engagement provides endless opportunities to observe and learn how to achieve results with less energy, less effort, and less resistance. Similarly, in business, seek out chances to learn. You can ask an expert in your industry to serve as an advisor, or you can meet someone at an industry event who casually imparts a key insight. I've learned a lot from others in business, even from gracious competitors. Don't hesitate to ask and always remain an attentive and humble disciple. Principle 3, focus on your own practice. When you're starting in Aikido, as important as it is to learn from others, it's equally important to focus on your own practice. You're training with people who have different levels of fitness, experience, and natural talent. Some comparison is beneficial, but over-comparing can divert your energy from practice and progress. Likewise, in business, we sometimes behold other people's achievements without considering the years of struggle they had to overcome. What appears as an overnight success has usually taken lots of time and effort. Learn from other successful people, but remember the essential truth that no 2 people's journeys are hard or easy in the same ways. Walk your own path, step by step, without distraction. If you have your own personal practice that has benefited your work or business life, let me know in the comments below. Principle 4, stay disciplined. Discipline lies at the heart of martial arts. It's what empowers you to push through the fatigue and the pain, to keep training, to toughen up, and to grow. The romanticism of owning your own business can obscure the high degree of discipline and sacrifice needed for success. Starting a new business is not just hard, it's 5 times harder than you think. You'll need to take on more roles and put in more hours than you ever had. To make it through these challenges, especially in the earliest stages of your new business, you need to cultivate discipline. Principle 5, be prepared. Success in Aikido happens mostly before the encounter. If you train consistently and vigorously, both mentally and physically, you're favoring a successful application of your techniques when your training partner attacks, or when you're taking your next belt test, or in a real-life situation where you must defend yourself, your loved ones, and someone in need. Many kinds of preparation and foresight are also necessary in business. Prior to a formal sales pitch or demo, you need to research your audience. You need to take the time to make the presentation relevant and professional. As you move past the earliest stages of your business, you'll need to establish the necessary operational, accounting, and legal groundwork. This is how you stay organized and protected, even if the need is not pressing day to day. All along the way, you have to invest in learning new skills and steadily take on new challenges to stay competitive. Principle 6, lead and perform with confidence. As you advance beyond beginner level in Aikido and in many other arts, the freestyle attacks and defense begin. And it's time to take the learning and preparation and respond spontaneously and confidently. If you approach the confrontation primarily with doubt or irrational fear, you undermine any chance of diverting an attack or neutralizing an opponent. When you're pricing and selling your business services, remember that you're providing unique and genuine value. When you're delivering your service, execute with confidence and competence, and remember that clients are paying you to be the expert, the one they rely on to ease their pain. Principle 7, stay fit outside of the dojo. To maintain an advantage in martial arts, it's necessary to condition yourself in various ways outside of the formal training and outside of the dojo. This often entails conditioning such as stretching, cardio, and focus on proper nutrition. Many masters have even studied other martial arts to strengthen their main practice. In business, conditioning outside of your main trade can take many forms. It may consist of a hobby that builds a complementary skill, or a volunteering activity that keeps you inspired. It may mean spending time with family and friends to stay grounded. Self-care and variation in your routine can help you maintain long-term discipline and focus, while also encouraging mental flexibility and new ideas for your business. Principle 8, understand your motivation and value the journey. A lot of people get into martial arts because they want to get that coveted black belt and move on. But many others come to see that the journey to black belt and the discipline, the sacrifice, the growth is itself the greatest reward. People have different reasons to start a new business. Often it's to achieve a greater level of earning and independence. It's important to be clear on your desired destination, but it's also important to value the entrepreneurial journey. There's never a guarantee that any new venture will succeed, but the knowledge and strength that you gain from starting your own business are used to apply to every future endeavor, both professional and personal. If you've enjoyed this video, hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. See you next time.